What's going on, guys? Your boy XQ420. Welcome y'all back another episode Beyond the Cube. Of course, as always, the powerful one is with us once again tonight in chilly Denver. Well, not Denver, but just Colorado. He's not in the Denver area. He's near Denver. Mr. Corey Hughes.
Hello. It hasn't been too chilly. We've had a couple snows, but if ever there was a year for the global warming morons to be like, "See, I told you so," would be the year. But
Mm-hmm.
because normally you have like snow by like Halloween, which I think we had, but it didn't stick. Then we didn't really get anything in November. Then we just had a good snow a couple weeks ago. Still some on the ground. But yeah, normally we have normally you're like inundated. At this point, normally you're just ready for winter to be over. And that's not necessarily the case this year. But
Right.
we have a big snowstorm coming through this week. I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday we're getting hit bigly.
You said Bigley?
Bigly.
Big.
Trump introduced
Yeah.
that into the zeitgeist, and so far be it from me to not use it.
Okay, I like that. You said you're getting hit bigly. Big like. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Corey, it may not be cold your way, but coming up right here shortly for us over here in North Kakalaki, we're gonna be freezing for me. Okay,
So you
we start
guys
talking
really should
about
have
the
no excuse.
teens,
I've camped
the
in North
teens.
Carolina before in the winter, and I've been there in the snow, and so I don't know what it should be like. You should be kind of somewhat, used to getting snow. Like maybe not a lot, but I mean,
We ain't got no snow in like damn 4 years. I think the last time we got snow was before the disease that should not be named, reign
people who don't live in the
supreme upon the
snow are
land.
soft.
Do what?
I said people who
People who
don't
don't
live
live
in
in
the
this.
snow are soft. Yeah, you people are soft.
Hey, well, look, I like to be soft, okay? You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be battle hardened by no damn
And you don't
snow.
know what it's like till you get out of the shower and you're fucking the water's freezing and falling icicles as you're getting out of the damn place. No,
Yeah, that sounds like shit. Look, man,
hey, it'll put hair in
every
your
time I go,
balls.
yeah, don't worry, it's enough gross. Uh, the I tell people all the time, okay? I tell people all the time. I said, look, man, days like today is where people die outside, okay? When it's cold, cold. All right, that's when people die. I said, don't stay outside too long today. They're like, why? Because death will be upon you. All right, that's what it looks like. The creeping death. Now, I harken back to this. I've told multiple people this, like, oh, well, I love the cold. I said, okay, fair enough. I said, have you seen the TV show Naked and Afraid? They're like, yeah. I said, well, usually they put them in some type of tropic atmosphere. And like, yeah. So during the day, it's hot, but you're able to bear it. You got a few bugs and things of that nature. You're trying to get your food. But at night, when it gets chilly, I see the motherfuckers. That's when they really start to hate their life, okay? And really wish that they were not out there. Some bitches be trying to get body heat and all kind of stuff. Be out there trying to get your flint out and make you a fire. Problem is that there's some shit at night to eat your ass. So you bring too much attention to your
I
area.
listened to Joe Rogan today, and he had on Scott Ranella, who's a hunting guy or a nature guy, and they
Yeah.
talked for like 15 minutes about this story that he got was relayed to him about these guys who went out, basically survival guys who went out into the woods, and they ended up fucking freezing and starving to death. And like, but they documented like what they were doing as they were starving to death, and it was the most brutal story in the fucking world. Like they were
It's
grinding up
horrendous, man.
they were grinding up animal bones to, and then like mixing them with like some water, and then like eating them. But then the bones were reconstituted. They were, as they were going through the system, I don't know if it was because of the cold or whatever the bones were made out of, but the bones kind of reconstituted in their intestines and got jammed in there. And so they any food that they did eat, they couldn't pass because they had this bone mass in both of them in their intestines. And so both of them tried to do like both of them went up each other's ass to try to fucking get the bone mass out of each other's ass. Yeah. Like wild shit, bro. People don't think of this stuff when you're fucking dying in the woods, but they did some makeshift surgery on each other trying to stay alive, and ultimately it didn't work. So
Dear Lord,
don't eat
my
the
goodness.
bones, bro. But I guess they were talking about how
Well, that's why they
you can stay
that's
alive
why they said
by if you just have like an animal, you can even just eat the skin. You can like boil it down and eat the skin. It turns into like a paste, and you can eat that and stay alive and stuff.
maybe a
So
bone broth,
how about don't go in
the
the woods
bone
in the
broth.
winter? Fuck.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. So
Okay,
that's
so
why I stated. I mean,
when
heck,
I make fun of you people out there in North Carolina and people who don't have snow, but to me, in my cozy house with the heat on and a couple feet of snow outside, that's as roughing it as I want to get.
so you don't want to be outside working on the road right now?
Fuck
Night
no,
shift.
no.
Okay. Hey, I was driving home today, and there was some guys. It looked like maybe DOT. They were out there. It looked like they were digging a hole. I was like, boy, I know your fucking ass cold tonight. You got to have 8 layers on. All right, it's a layer thing, and depending on how high the wind chill is, you still might freeze to death.
See, I don't know if it's an expectations thing or what, but you can have 3 foot of snow outside, and out here in Colorado, we just go about our business and we'll go to the store and we'll just do our thing. And the cold isn't like a factor. It's not like, holy shit, I'm cold ever. Like, never. Even if I just go out in a fucking like, I remember literally one time, for some reason, this memory stuck with me, but I went out to move my car and I went out in like a t shirt and shorts and my boots. And it was like 2 foot of snow on the ground. And that was like totally cool to do that. But if you were to put my ass in Florida, the split second it hit 40 degrees, I'd be like, oh my God, it's freezing. Where's my jacket? So I don't know if it's an expectations thing or what the reality is, but yeah, the cold here, it doesn't really ever phase me. Getting out of the
I'll
shower
tell you.
sometimes is fucking rough, but other than that,
I'll tell you straight up. When I walk outside now, I'm like, damn, I'm cold. I mean, that's just all there is to it. That's all there is to it, Corey. I mean, I can't do it, man. And I don't want to ever have to do it. If we get into one of those apocalyptic natures where we have the ice age, then at that point in time, I don't want to have to rough that one out. All right,
you just want to check out
I'm
early,
gonna
huh?
yeah, I'm gonna let the rest of humanity make it through that one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If they ever run across any of my content later, there'll be my legacy. All right. That's all I'm gonna have as far as legacy left. Corey, they dropped a new trailer. We're gonna see this, okay? For Daredevil Born Again. Now, did you watch the Netflix series Daredevil?
Yeah.
Okay, you did. Now, a lot of people hail that as one of the best comic book TV series to be made. Do you feel this a similar way,
No.
or is it too much risen?
On a 1 to 10, it gets like a 7. So I don't know what the fuck people are talking
Okay, well
about.
a seven's good.
A 7 is better than anything we've had for years. So, but people are rewriting history by
Besides
saying it
eight,
was
yeah.
anything better than average. It was not better than average. And he was annoying as fuck. And he was a goody two shoes. And the whole I can hear where I can see with my hearing is kind of stupid. So I get it, but he should have at least been bitten by a
Sonar, man.
spider or
It's
something dumb
sonar.
like that.
Isn't that what some fish do? Don't some fish do some
To have
sonar
him be
too?
bitten by a fish.
Yeah, he didn't get bitten by a fish, did he?
Like he's a fisherman and he hooks a flounder and it comes up and bites him, and that's his origin story.
Radioactive fish. Hey, we'll mix stories together. We'll have a fish that somehow the ooze dropped on him from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So we'll mix and match. Well, Corey, they dropped the trailer for Daredevil Born Again. Now, this seems to be coming directly off the heels of the Netflix series.
Hang on. And so it's got the same guy.
Yes, Murdoch, the gentleman who was in there banging She-Hulk.
Is
Yeah.
he blind in real life?
No.
There's no blind actors, are there?
Legit blind actors? I don't think so. Um,
That's
yeah,
bullshit. To
I don't
think that a
think there
blind
is.
person can't play the role of a person with sight, that's just ridiculous. That's just, you know,
It's gonna be kind of difficult. You know what I'm saying? The shit's gonna look kind of awkward whenever they're trying to do their fight
blind
scene.
people need a class action lawsuit against Hollywood for not having enough blind
Oh
actors.
shit! Now you getting deep, man. Man said sue their ass. All right, man said sue the pants off of them. So we're gonna pull this up. We're gonna show y'all the trailer. Uh, maybe we got something good going on here. It seems like maybe they're going to Daredevil's going to be going to his darker side on this because he's born again. All right, potentially. So let's see what we got here.
Thank you for finding the time. I will admit, it's not entirely unpleasant seeing you again. A lot of time has passed. By the look of it, you've come up in the world. I could say the same about you. The mayor serves his city. I can see you're not entirely convinced. Can you blame me?
He's the mayor now?
I can't shake the feeling that you're gaming the system. Why did you stop being a vigilante? The line was crossed. It's hard to come to terms with a violent nature. Hating the power it has over us. This city can't go unchecked. Sometimes peace needs to be broken. And chaos must reign. Am I putting the hatchet down? I was raised to believe in grace. But I was also raised to believe in retribution.
Okay, Corey, thoughts. What do you think?
You're going to make me watch it. Can I just like watch the trailers?
I said thoughts on it.
Okay, here's the deal. This is an
Uh,
analogy, and it's going to be a bad one. But superheroes are like the Democrats. I just don't want nothing to do with them at all. Like, go fuck off and pretend you're a hero somewhere else while you destroy massive amounts of infrastructure. Fuck right off. You and your imaginary space fucking invaders. Fuck off.
no, Corey, this is taking it right back where you said you wanted to be.
Hey,
Local
it's
street
too little,
crime,
too
okay?
late.
Local street crime.
I've moved on. They should do the same.
But
It's not you, it's me.
oh, holy shit! Hey, that's the classic line right there. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely the other person. It's definitely you. Okay, that's why I'm leaving. Damn. I mean, what do you think this is? I mean, it looks like it could be interesting. There's some potential there. I seen somebody's leg get broke. I seen an arm get broke. So this is going to be dipping into the TVMA realm. That Disney has on their particular site now. You go to Disney Plus, you have the MA. I guess they ask your birth date. You know what I'm saying? Um, as if you can't lie about that. I've never understood that on like computers and stuff. What's your birth date? I guess they just they're just weeding out the dumb people that actually put their birth date in and they're actually underage. I guess that's what. I guess there's still a few people who will flunk that test. But this is supposed to be a TVMA show. All right, so for more mature audiences. So we might have a mature theme here. Okay, and there's a lot of people that's excited about the Daredevil. They love the Netflix series, and so they believe that this series, as long as done correctly, may move Marvel back in the correct direction.
Okay, so how many, God, I was going to say years, but how many months has it been since we have had superhero content come at us? Like, has it been a while? It seems like it's been a while.
It has been a while.
I think they
What?
realized that
What?
people had burnout.
No, the last thing was Agatha all along, which I don't even think that was superhero. That was in October.
So I applaud them for kind of giving us this break, but I don't think it's enough. I think people are just burned out in general.
Well, this is the year of Marvel. Okay,
I'm sorry. That's not what I want to be hearing for like 3 more years.
I'm just telling you. Okay, so we've got the Brave New World Captain America coming out February. We've got this TV show, which comes out in March. We've got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is an animated series that they're going to be doing. I think that comes out in a few weeks.
Okay,
We've
that
got
one
the
I'll approve
Thunderbolts.
only if it has the original Spider-Man. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. That it has to have
Okay,
that original theme song, and I will
okay,
give it
okay,
my seal of approval. But
okay,
the
okay,
friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is where things began, and where things need to return. So yes, it's good.
okay. And so then we got
Now
the
let me give it as a
Thunderbolts in
caveat
May.
there. The caveat is if people
Okay.
still gave a fuck, but I don't think they do. That's
Well,
the
so there's
caveat.
there's at least three or four people that do. Um, the Thunderbolts come out in May. We've
The
got
what?
Thunderbolts.
What is this nonsense you
That's
speak of?
beginning to that's kind of the Suicide Squad of Marvel. So you're gonna have Black Widow's adopted sister. You're gonna have the Red Guardian. You're gonna have the dude who played the dude who took over Captain America, but Bucky and Falcon end up breaking his arm and taking him to justice. Like so, this is gonna be a mixed match of people who were maybe more anti-hero like. Okay, so we got that the Thunderbolts. Man, you are you looking down to see what it is?
I'm
Come on,
not.
Corey. I
I,
mean,
I'm. I'm. I mean, don't I don't need to be
what you trying to
saved
tell me?
anymore. That's the deal. I just don't need to be saved by no dude in tights anymore.
Well, I don't know if they. Well, I don't know if they're going to be saving you directly. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it'd be that direct. So I think that's where you're getting the mix up at. But it's okay though. I'm here to help you, Corey. All right, I'm here to help. Let's see. I think we've got another one. Oh, we've got the so-called what they believe is going to be the summer blockbuster, Fantastic Four, and the Silver Surfer is going to be a woman in this one. I think she's going to be yeah, Silver Surfer's in
Oh
this.
God, didn't they learn anything from the last 4 fucking years? Oh, they've been working on this for years, haven't they? Fucking idiots.
Yes,
Look, man.
yes, they have.
Look, man. This intrusion upon men and their fucking roles is unacceptable. Okay, there's plenty of shit out there. Just create some new character for some woman. You ain't got to be taking men's roles. Okay, just create some new character. Have some fucking inspiration and write a new good storyline for a fucking woman and stop stealing people's identity. Fuck you. That's how I feel about this shit.
Corey, they're doing the best they can.
No,
Okay,
they're not.
sometimes,
They're communists and they can fucking die.
man, sometimes you got to switch stuff up. Okay, you got to switch people in and out. So let's see what we got here. I think Fantastic Four might be. The last one that I seen. Oh, they're going to finally release Ironheart.
What is
They've
that?
had that thing. That's the black the little black girl from Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2, who they went and picked up from the university. She ended up making an Iron Man suit, so that she's gonna have her own TV show. So I think that comes out.
Is that a new character
Mm.
in the scheme of
Yeah.
things? That's good. See, they came
Well,
up with a new
new.
character.
Well, it's newish.
Well, still, it's not a classic character. And so basically, they came up with something new to fit a role, which is congratulations. That's what they should do. I
Right.
might even give it a
Right.
chance
Right.
because they did something like that. They didn't have to appropriate a
Yeah.
role from somebody else.
Well, it's gonna be a Disney Plus series, so it's liable to be pretty bad.
It's gonna be bad,
But
yeah, but hey, you know.
but yeah, so it's the year of Marvel. Marvel's got a lot of projects coming out this year. They're trying to get back on board. Okay. They even talked about they're gonna start recording Shang-Chi 2 in 2026. I'm like, y'all know the first one came out in 2020, don't you? Wasn't it 2021?
It wasn't
Like,
even
damn.
good. It was not good.
It was a
it was a
Shang-Chi.
DEI fucking film, and that was all it was. They
Okay.
needed to have a
All right.
Chinese star because they're fucking whatever reason.
Oh yeah, well you got to make sure inclusion, okay? But he's more white. He ain't like fully Chinese. He's like, you know what I'm saying? He's more like suit and tie type of guy.
Look here, let me make
Uh
this really clear for the world, okay? This country should pander to white people, black people, and the Mexicans that have made it here. And that's it. Everybody else can get fucked. Those are the three people, the three kinds of people that have a claim to this country. Everybody else eat a dick.
what about Asian Americans?
They're Johnny. I don't give a fuck about they built the railroad. Fuck off.
Corey, the railroad system is the backbone of America.
Maybe it was 100 years ago. And maybe it did build
Well, it
America and
was.
all that shit, but fuck them. Anyway,
Okay.
we don't
Hey,
care.
well, we got
We're
somebody in the
Americans.
chat. Chris, he says he agrees with you. Enough with the superhero flicks. The dead horse has been beaten enough. All right, but they're gonna keep beating it.
And
All
we don't
right,
need an undead horse either. Okay? Undead zombies, get the fuck out of here. No soup for
oh,
you.
yeah, and we can't forget the most biggest blockbuster that people are talking about, which is the newest Superman movie. All right, now that's not Marvel, but this is supposed to be the kickstart for the DC universe.
No,
Okay,
no, what we need to bring back. I'll tell you what we need to bring back.
let me know.
Or hell, since we're in an AI kind of mood, let's go for some fucking AI gone wrong horror movies. That's what I want to see. I want to see stuff like, remember that movie Eagle Eye with fucking what's his face?
Oh yeah, with the LaBeouf.
LaBeouf. I've seen that movie like 8 times. Not because I put it on 8 times, but because been on Tubi like 8 times when there's been nothing else on. So I might as well watch it again. And it's actually a good movie. And I like LaBeouf, actually, even though I make fun of him. He's another one of those weirdo artsy fucking went off on a tangent, deep end, had to go and trance around like Peru or somewhere weird to come to grips with himself. But yes, I want to see a spree of artificial intelligence movies because we haven't. I think there've been have there been a couple? Have we had any AI movies yet? Because we got AI everything else. There's some
We
AI
got
toilet paper you can fucking buy and some AI dental
yeah.
floss
They've made plenty of AI movies.
in the distant past. It seems we need a fresh
Yeah.
round of them.
Well, we've got Megan 2.0 coming out. Of course, you had the original Megan.
Is that with a doll?
Yeah.
I don't
You
know that I
had
saw that one.
You had Ex Machina. Okay.
I liked Ex Machina.
You had
I'd fuck a
one of the
robot.
best.
Every guy out there would fuck a robot, whether they admit it or not.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Oh, now you put that out there. Here we go. This is what they sending to you right now. This is what they want you to go bang. I'm like, Bo, my hand will do
If it
if this
won't
is
hurt
what
you
we
and it's
got.
moderately socially acceptable, guys will do it.
I mean, here it is right here, cuz. This is what we got. I'm gonna let this play out.
I'm Melody, your charming companion from Realbotix' booth at CES
She
2025
looks like she's from New Jersey.
to our little corner of
So this is Melody. She's one of our companionship robots. She's full-bodied, and we
She
have
looks
a lot of
strung
motors
out.
behind her, a lot of servos. She can have real-life expressions. You can change her face in 30 seconds, change her character, change the way she talks. For instance, she can smile. She's smiling right now, and then she can get
That's
surprised.
not totally creepy right before you're gonna
So
fuck
this is
her.
her anger.
I'm Melody.
Okay, so there it is, Corey. That's what they want you to bang. That's it right there.
Okay, so I don't know why they're not just modeling these chicks off of porn stars. Everybody can cash in. You get to fuck who you want, who's on the big screen or little
Look,
screen.
I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not close. Okay, that right there, that's not close. All right, it's not even in the realm. I mean, period.
Will they ever be in the realm?
There's potential that they could be in the realm, but what I just seen right there, no, cuz
Here's
maybe
the biggest
maybe
problem
for
with
maybe
fucking these
for
robots, okay? You need to have all right, here's the problem. This is the problem with I guess not only a fucking robot, but women in general too. So you number one, that's just gotta stay at a certain temperature. Above 98 degrees. That's a difficult task to
must be
maintain.
warm. Yeah,
Must be
yeah.
warm. And I don't know what these motherfuckers are putting out vibrating vaginas, okay? I ain't never fucked no vibrating vagina in my life. They don't vibrate. So why are you putting vibrating vaginas in these robots? Okay, what are you, stupid? What's wrong with you people? Right? So the temperature and the viscosity, and that's all, that's it. That's the biggest.
pH needs to
They'll
be
never
right.
be able to overcome. They'll never be able to overcome that. Unless they have some weird cyborg shit and they do some Ed Gein cutting your vajayjay out and implanting it in a robot.
It has to be the fleshlight. If they put the fleshlight in there, then
But the
that's
fleshlight,
basically
the problem with
that's
the
it.
fleshlight is the same thing. You can't maintain a temperature. It's like fucking a
Maybe
fucking,
it had a
you
warmer thing.
know,
That
it's like
thing might
fucking
catch
the
on
room
fire though.
temperature. It's like fucking a dead body at room temperature. I mean, that's what a fleshlight is. Okay.
Damn. Oh, but that's a great analogy. So everyone put the dead body at
You
room
can't
temp.
jerk. Okay, that's the problem with all these machines. And like I look at some of these fucking things, and some of them got suction, but suction's only good if you can't keep it up, right? You got to be like, you got to have problems
Yeah.
there in order for the suction to have any benefit for you at all. Or if you're strung out on some drugs and you can't get it up, then you want the one with suction for sure. And so, yeah, that's my take on the sex toy industry. They're never going to fly because I'm sorry, just like just go kidnap a migrant or something.
Dear God Almighty. Hey, look, this is a legend. The well, they did say that women would be more apt to get into the sex robot thing way before men would, and I
Like
can believe
women
that.
will fuck a male robot.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't think so at all. Well, no, that's not true.
They
That's
can
not,
they can
anybody who
hey
thinks that
they
is
can
just wrong.
vibrate. They can vibrate. But who has the majority of sex toys though? It's gonna be women. Women already use mechanical stuff way more than men.
Well, it's only because it's been logistically more feasible.
I'm just letting you know. I'm just giving you the real, okay? I'm giving you the real, Corey. Women are more apt to use something that's got batteries in it. So I'm just letting you
When
know.
they got to get it
I
on, they
mean,
got to get it on, and they will throw all caution out the fucking window. I will tell you that 100%.
yeah, but the what I just showed you, I mean, they were legitimately saying that, oh yeah, this can be your companion. I'm like my companion and that. It's like, oh yeah, it'll sit there and talk to you about what? They ain't talking to me about nothing. No, look, they just had that new movie that came out. My girlfriend watched it because she watched almost every Netflix movie that comes out. Subservience with Megan Fox, and she was telling me about it. It's like, oh yeah, the dang, my man ended up banging Megan Fox, which was the AI robot. Somehow he got her to, or she got him to reboot her so she could fix a problem, but she reprogrammed herself during that time. So the AI, once again, some dude wanting to fuck it. Why's it always got to be the man? You know what I'm saying? Can we switch it up just for once?
No, because women wouldn't do that because they can call any guy they want and just get fucked anytime, so they don't have to stoop that low.
Okay.
They'll if
Oh,
they're gonna
oh,
stoop
Ranger
low, they're gonna
Vault.
do it with a real person.
Okay, okay, we got Ranger Vault. He in the chat. All right. Hey, look, women out there, look, don't hate on us, okay? I'm just reading this.
There are
All
no
right.
women in this
Said I don't
chat. What are you
care.
talking about?
There is a couple women.
You fucking
What's it?
lie.
Jenny Butcher.
Come
I'm
on,
assuming
women out there, have some
Jenny.
standards.
I'm assuming you're a woman. Okay. Now, if I'm incorrect, let us know. All right. But I don't know many men named Jenny. Okay. We also got like Missy T and we got Sheila. We got a couple,
Oh, Missy T's hanging
like
out.
five. Well, like five. You know what I'm saying? Well, Ranger, he said, I don't care what actual women have to say. Why would I chat with a bot? I mean, I don't know. Maybe you feeling lonely that day, man. You know, maybe you like, man, I really need a connection today. I mean, we got guys who pay OnlyFans girls thousands of dollars a month, and they don't get nothing from them.
That's so stupid because you can get a hooker for like $300
Yeah, that's what
and
I
like
know.
get something out of it.
Yeah, you can get the actual connection. You know what I'm
If you're willing to drop
saying?
$1,000 in a month, you can fuck like I don't know, like 3 or 4 girls for that money that you just dropped $1,000 on some hoe in some other country you'll never meet.
Yeah, it does seem stupid when you start laying it all out. It's just like it's probably not the best. Like it's low ROI. Like I like high ROI activities. All right,
Look, these losers just need to get themselves some good lube and a fucking Oculus and just fucking they good.
Demolition Man, that thing. The Corey, you called it. Okay. And this is breaking news, so I have to bring it to the people out there. But Biden just came out and said that he will not be doing any ruling on TikTok. He's going to leave that to the next administration. So, from what I'm understanding, what's going to happen is that when Trump gets inaugurated on the 20th, he will put a 90-day um, grace period
Here's the fucking
on the app.
problem with all this shit. And if you
Uh
haven't
huh.
noticed, laws that are typically vague don't fucking stick around. Okay.
Right. Hmm.
And so when you're passing a law that has to do with quote unquote enemies of our country or whatever language they use, that is the most fucking subjective goddamn fucking thing in the world. Who the fuck is to say who the enemies of our fucking country are? Is there a fucking document somewhere that says Russia's our enemy right now? I don't think so. It's just what the media portrays to us because we still fucking cut deals with them to go to the space station and trade and all that stuff. And it's WWE till the end of fucking time, right? And so who the fuck is anyone to decide who the enemy of our country is, right? I thought China was the enemy of our country, but if China wanted to, they could shut off the fucking chips in a day and we'd have no more microchips, period. And we'd be back in the fucking stone ages, right? So are we going? No, this is all saber rattling fucking nonsense. The whole TikTok bill is stupid. I don't think the people who put it forth thought it would pass. It was a fucking. This is another football issue. It's ridiculous. These fucking people internally are the worst enemies to our fucking country. We don't have to worry about the fucking. I will gladly hand all of my information over to the fucking. Look at this fucking phone. I went out of my way to buy a Chinese fucking phone. Okay. This is way better. I paid $150 and this is more advanced than your motherfucking Galaxy S24. Okay. So fuck
I gotta hate on Galaxy, man.
because they like
I
a
got
thousand
Android.
dollars.
I got Android.
I'm talking to you on a goddamn Mac computer that costs half the price of a Galaxy.
Maybe.
And this is better than FaceTime.
It's depending on when they buy it, on when you buy it. I'm saying maybe you get a deal. No doubt. Okay.
Anyway, bottom line is the Chinese can have my information all day long. What can they do with it? Absolutely fucking nothing. Zero. Nada.
Yeah,
Not any more than
limited.
any criminals in America could do. So why should I be more afraid of the Chinese than some fucking hacker out there who's looking to steal people's information and use it for their own shit? Like
Right.
I'm not.
You know
The
what's
Chinese, they don't give a fuck. Okay, we're just led to believe they give a fuck. All right.
Well,
So this,
you know what the crazy thing is that of course people have well first and foremost, I think the reason why Biden didn't is saying I'm just going to kick it over to the next administration because folks were supposed to get paid yesterday, and ninjas was saying that they didn't get their payment. All right,
who
from
was supposed to get paid?
The creator fund on TikTok.
Oh,
So there's a
TikTok people were supposed to get paid and they didn't get paid.
yeah.
Are we talking in the like tens of millions of dollars kind of thing?
There is I think they said that there is currently 9 million businesses that operate via TikTok currently right now. I know there's a lot of people who uh do all their advertising and stuff via TikTok.
So this is what the
Do stuff
fucking
with TikTok Shop.
we
Hmm.
have this thing in America called the Constitution, and it gives you certain freedoms. And like it or not, in America, we're an open society. Personally, I don't like it. I fuck immigrants, fuck people coming to this country. Like the border should have been locked up decades before I was fucking born. So, um, but ultimately, these are the rules. And TikTok played by the rules, and they got a big
Hmm.
audience, and they've done everything correctly and legally, and they pay their taxes and they do all that stuff, and they were granted licenses by the business's administration of every state, right? And so they have done nothing wrong.
You know why TikTok became so
The
huge?
Jews, no,
It's well,
that's what who's trying to bring them
well
down because
actually
they talk about Israel and shit.
because they have the best algorithm in the world, bar none.
Really?
They put yes, they put your videos in front of people. Unlike other platforms where your videos is just happenstance, your videos get put in front of people.
Hmm.
So it goes through your content and then it will actually actively put the video on for you pages for people who they believe will actually enjoy your content.
Interesting.
And
I
then
mean, they do what they're
and then
supposed to do.
as yeah, and then as people engage with it, which is why they were saying some people were like, "Oh, if they ever do sell TikTok, they won't sell the algorithm." Fuck y'all, y'all can't get my algorithm. I'll sell TikTok to you. I will not sell that algorithm. Oh no,
You
you
think
won't
that's what
get
this is
that.
about? Basically, the biggest
Yep.
thing was that like people were sharing. The new generation is like fuck these Jews and fuck these Israelis. And when all the Palestine shit was being really broadcast, that was when this was going on. So people made the correlation between the Jews is trying to, and also Greenberg or whatever the fuck that Jew's name is who runs the fucking ADL. He came out and made statements against TikTok because they
Yeah.
weren't censoring the anti-Semitic speech.
Exactly. Exactly. There was some stuff up there that they were like they didn't like that people were able to get access to, and so I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I can't. I stopped posting because I was like, damn, it's about to go away. So ain't no need me wasting time. But as far as engagement goes, I get 10 times more engagement on a 3 minute TikTok post than what I've ever gotten from anything else. Period, bar none. You can grow on TikTok crazy if you're consistent. And also, one of the things is that, but if they do nuke this, I'm like, man, there's a whole lot of people that are, you know, making their living from that or making or side money from that. And you talking about all that money getting taken out of the economy? Oh, that's fucking terrible. That's
I
like a
just
death
don't
wish.
understand at all how they could ban this. Period. They are not doing anything illegal. Like websites that they go after and they seize the domain and they do all that crap are usually deep
Hmm.
web domains or illegal gambling or
Hmm.
stuff that's in violation of regulation or permitting or licensing or some right. The people they go after are done something wrong.
Right.
This
Hmm.
is purely nonsense. Like I can't believe that the current Supreme Court we have. I can't believe that they're gonna uphold this fucking law at all. The courts have no problem throwing out laws. So this one here in particular, it's like double standards like crazy. I mean, how many other websites have investors like Like, let me give you an example. Like, there's a Chinese website called Banggood, and they have
Hmm.
an American division, right, where they have a warehouse here and stuff. But that's where you can get all the Chinese stuff, and you can get it all
Well, it's
pretty cheap, right?
Timu, Timu,
Timu, right?
video game companies. League of Legends is ran by like the people who own that is
Right.
China.
So you start with fucking TikTok, and oh, it's by our enemies, and then what's next?
Hmm.
I mean, those chips in your fucking Apple computer, or my Apple computer I just fucking bought, are made in China. Okay,
Yeah, how do I know that
so
it's not
what the
collecting my
fuck?
data and sending it back to them?
Right. That's how you know that it's because the government's not checking Apple fucking chips. So you know that's how you know this whole thing is nonsensical. Like, we're so intertangled with the entire world. This is what the globalists wanted. And the globalists now have it, and like, you can't separate countries from each other. We're too
Hmm.
intertangled with each other. The idea that they can do this and not ban every Chinese company is just ridiculous.
Yeah, you have to ban all. And matter of fact, while you're at it, then you kick them out of owning land. Hey, you got to sell the land back to somebody, or we'll just take the shit back from you. They can't own any farmland. They can't. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
The
what
land
deep
is
you willing
weird
to go?
because the land, it seems like the land they're buying has strategic interest. They're buying land around military bases, which is fucking weird. But then again, we have military bases every couple hundred miles.
Yeah, but once again, you'd be like, if you're worried about the TikTok app, why the fuck are you gonna let them own land? You gonna let them own U.S. land? It doesn't even make any sense, you know? Golly,
We're
and
being
then
governed by complete fucking megalomaniac, self-interested yet morons. The inbred fucking descendants of people who once knew what power meant.
and then damn a quarter of the dudes in the U.S. government are fucking Chinese spies. You know what I'm saying? When them linklings come by and spread it open, you know, they ready to get down. Damn, 2 years later, like, oh, that's Chinese spy. Well, no shit, man. The Ling Ling don't like that dude. You look at that damn crusty old white dude. You like, man, fuck, man.
We are so dependent on China. If we actually had a real war with China and they cut off all cooperation, our entire fucking infrastructure would like crumble. Like, I don't understand. I don't know what these fucking people are thinking. Well, I do know what these people are thinking. They were intentionally sabotaging us from the inside. But there's no other explanation that makes any fucking sense, really, when it comes down to it. When you look at the bigger than TikTok, when you look at larger scale decisions that are being made, it's like, these are the dumbest people ever.
But you know what the dumbest thing ever is the fact they're trying to ban TikTok. But you can go up there right now and you can download Red Note, which is the straight up Chinese app. Like that's TikTok for China because they ain't got TikTok in China. Oh no, 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 no. TikTok's banned in China. No, no, you can't have that here. 'Cause I don't need you seeing the Western world like that. But Red Note, yeah, you can have that. And folks are downloading Red Note. And damn, you know that shit's going right back to the Chinese government. So I can go on the App Store right now and download Red Note. I believe I can. Hold on, let me check. Let me check and see. Let me check and see if I can get Red Note today. I know there's a whole bunch of people that's downloaded it. Let's see, Red Note. Ooh, here it is, guys.
That's the Chinese app, and that's
The straight
on
up Chinese app.
the App Store,
I can get it right now, and I can accept their terms and conditions.
and you can post in Chinese if you wanted to.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna post in American, but yeah, yeah, I can install it today. I can get it right now. Red Note, but you're straight up in China. And folks like, oh man, when I was on Red Note, I'm seeing, man, China don't look that bad. I'm like, oh, well, y'all just get clipped by everything, don't you think? These, you can't say nothing bad about the Chinese government. You live in China, but it will bust your ass, man. You know what I'm saying? So of course it's gonna look good. But yeah, they'll let you get up there right now. But TikTok's bad. But I can download Red Note and have it on my phone and accept the terms and conditions. I'm like, Come on, man. I mean, it's like
So
if
what
you're
if
gonna
the
do something,
terms
you
and
got to be
conditions for a
serious.
Chinese social media app said that they had the right to send Chinese people to my house to search my computer whenever they wanted to, just because. And they put that in the terms and conditions, and Americans could then accept it.
Right. Because it's probably in Mandarin, so you can't read this shit no way. You ain't gonna sit there and read the terms and conditions no way. Shit, probably in Mandarin like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so folks have been like, and people been on TikTok like, y'all want to play that game? Okay, we can play that game. I'll intentionally give the Chinese government all my information. Like folks are getting that deep like that. So it's just as you said, you believe this was going to backfire from the start because it was nonsensical. Um, and it seems to be growing more and more. I think they said 170 million Americans use TikTok. So what's that? That's half the
Half.
nation.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about all the businesses that are up there, talking about people's livelihoods. If you take this away, then you're gonna have an immediate economic recession because folks are not gonna have that cash to put back into the economy. So how is that going to look? So definitely, it seems like something that Trump is going to put a hold on. Now, I've seen some interesting names talk about potentially purchasing it. Corey, Kevin O'Leary, talked about having some investors get together and potentially try to purchase it. I see Mr. Beast say he's looking
Um,
to put a bid in.
so if ByteDance folds on this issue, fuck them. Like they should fight this to the super, all the way to the end. Like,
To the bloody death.
yeah, mm-hmm. and
I'm with
then
you on that.
and then pull it, wreck all the people who have been depending on it for the economy, and then let them know very clearly that it was their own government that did this to them.
Yeah, because people were thinking that on the 19th you were just not going to be able to download the app anymore or do any type of updates because you update through the app store. And ByteDance, TikTok, they were like, oh no, on the 19th, that some bitch should be shut down. Like you go and you'll click on it and it'll send you to a website and say, yeah, your government said that you couldn't use this, so you can't use it. And like I
Well,
said,
what
I
about
think they've
VPNs to
had some.
Mexico and stuff?
Well, yeah,
Or
of
are they going
course
to
you could
like
you could do
kibosh all
that.
the American accounts?
I was kind of thinking about that. Of
What about
course,
the gray
if you
area?
put
What
your
if you had an American account and you moved to Mexico? This
mm,
gray area shit here. I mean, this is not going to be clean in any way, shape, or form. There's no way
right,
they can't. This is the internet. They can't prevent you from doing nothing. And I can go right now on the dark web and buy some crack and have it mailed to my fucking house. You want to tell me I can't get on TikTok? Fuck you. Like this makes no sense.
get cracked today. Man, I can get both types of crack. You
Like
know what I'm
these
saying?
people are trying to stick a finger in the dike. It doesn't fucking work. Like what are these? And this is what I'm saying when we're governed by people who are such intellectual midgets. It's genuinely fucking appalling to people with a fucking IQ over 100 who understand what's going on in the fucking world.
So, how many people is that, man?
Technically, it should be half.
This is technically. Oh man. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's half or not. There's potential that it could be close to half. But we're not 100% sure there.
No, I think there's a
Some
lot of people
days.
out there who have a decent IQ that don't use it either, and they're stupid also. So if you don't know how to utilize your IQ, you're a fucking moron anyway. So
Oh, okay, okay. Well, yeah, there could be a fair amount of people that do that, and you know, it's okay. There's billions of people on the planet, so everybody can't be smart. I do know that. Um, but Corey, we're gonna jump into um the topic of the show, which is goodbye, nice to know you. Biden had his farewell speech. Okay,
I got to
And
comment on something totally irrelevant really quick because it
okay,
just struck
okay,
me.
do that
I
right quick.
love me some Famous Amos cookies, and I bought me some cookies from the grocery store. And they can't call them Famous Amos, but they could have come up with something better than bite-sized chocolate chip crunchy cookies. Literally, they could have come up with something better than that. I'm very disappointed in Sprouts.
That was the that's the generic. You got to have a generic name for a generic packaging.
I like the old school, the yellow with the black writing that just said beer or whatever it was. Like that was a real thing at one time. Not anymore,
Hey, well, look,
unfortunately.
hey, I'll tell people if you want the best honey bun in my eyes, as far as store, vending machine, anything, the honey bun from Biscuitville
What is
is immaculate.
Biscuitville?
Oh, it's a southern thing. It's a
It's so funny.
breakfast
I grew
chain.
up in Florida for 30 years and we were like exempted from the South. We're never the true South ever. Ever.
Yeah, no slang twang Negroes down there. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. And when you get up,
There's
and
more.
it's a
There's
weird thing
more.
when you get up into northern Florida, and even though it's southern Georgia, like even there, they're more New York than they are Georgia up in northern Florida.
Yeah, because that's where folks go to retire.
Yeah.
And there's more. You got your more your Spaniards down there, Brazilian. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. When I was walking through Disney World with me and my Animal Kingdom Disney World last April. I mean, about everybody I walked by was speaking a different language. I said, "Hold the fuck on a second now. I am in America, ain't I?" Oh, y'all motherfuckers speaking another language. I said, I got to keep my eye on y'all. Okay. There's something about people speaking a different language around me, but it just, I keep my eyes open. I'm like, what y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? I just keep an eye out on them. But yeah, Biscuitville. It's a southern thing, kind of like a Bojangles. Similar type of feel, except Biscuitville closes at 2 o'clock. Um,
It
but
sounds
it is the
fantastic.
name.
Biscuitville sounds like fucking to die for.
It's pretty good. It's
I
pretty
picture
good.
you walk in there and the waitresses wear brown and it looks like it's straight out of 1972 and it is the best goddamn southern home cooking you got.
Oh well, they do. They make the biscuits in front of you, so it's actually pretty weird because it's like somebody's in a cage making biscuits, and you get to stare at them like they're a damn zoo animal.
You know what caught my attention that yesterday that I think I want to like take everything in my life and throw it away and do this instead. I think I
Okay.
want to be a candy maker. I watched this motherfucker on TV on YouTube. He got a YouTube channel. He has a candy store. And like every good fucking marketer, he has a YouTube channel, which probably now makes more money than his candy store. That's the ultimate test, man. Like you have a business and you start a YouTube channel, that YouTube channel, man, that thing could grow out of control. But this motherfucker was making ribbon candy and he made a whole bunch of different kinds of ribbon candy. And it was like 4 ingredients and some flavor. I was like, I could do that.
I like the damn concoction. 4 ingredients and flavor. There we
It was
go.
like cornstarch and some of something else and some sugar or whatever they were
And
using. It was like
flavor.
and flavor. And like the guy had like he had the things, the little spatulas, and he kept like flipping it on the table. Oh man, oh, it was so good. But yeah, it's like I envy people who have a trade. You know what I mean? I know I kind of sort of have a weird trade, sort of kind of, but like people who do things and they make something like that to me, I think is phenomenal.
Man, said I envy people who do shit.
Yeah, I like people who do shit. But like something like specific, like a carpenter or like even just like a plumber or
Okay.
something, something very specific. Somebody who has a master of a trade, I think is something very, very noble and honorable.
Yeah. Yeah, and we like nobility around here. Uh,
Unlike us who just get on YouTube and beg for money, which is basically what we do.
I go to work, Corey,
Oh yeah,
to
you got a
sleep.
job. You got it. I can't fault you there because you got something that I'll never have, and that's security. So
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, I got my piece over there in the bedroom. So we're going to security.
No, I mean, you know
We're
what I
going.
mean.
Yeah, I know.
Like
Yeah, I
my
know
gig
what
could
you mean.
end tomorrow, literally. Literally, every day I wake up thanking God that I fucking have a gig still, because we could get censored and our podcast money go away tomorrow, and then we're both getting jobs, and no one's ever hearing from us again. You know what I mean? It's like, it's scary out there.
Oh yeah. It's a scary world, ain't no doubt about
You
it.
got to
So
hustle in these streets.
the streets are unkind. We all know that. Corey, we're gonna take a look at Biden's farewell speech. Goodbye, nice to know you. That's a
Oh,
reference
is this
from.
the speech where he told us that we're being taken over by oligarchs?
Yes, yes. The
That's a knee
now,
slapper.
yeah, now some people who are privy, which I believe this band's kind of grungy like, probably more alternative,
Be
but
careful with your
the
next
song
words.
Incubus,
Okay, grungy
nice to know
like, I
you.
can buy that.
Yeah, yeah, nice to know you.
All
That's right,
grunge
which is
bands in
actually one of
general are grungy like, except for Mudhoney and Green River, if you ask me. That's just the
okay,
reality. There's only two grunge bands that have ever really been.
okay.
Everyone else is
Yeah,
grungy like.
so Incubus, nice to know you. That particular song, is actually one of my favorite songs. Actually, the very opening of the song is what catches you. That breakdown riff right out the gate. So that's what I kind of got the premise from for the title for this show. But we're gonna take a look at Joe Biden. He gives us his final thoughts of his past 4 years of his stellar run. Okay, I think that's what we can call it, right? Um, and the comment section may be cut off on this particular YouTube video. I know they cut it off a lot of times. Oh no, they let folk comment on this one. ABC, y'all are brave, man. Y'all are brave. Oh, Corey, right here. It looks like we can get some Mila vegetable soup dumplings. Vegan soup dumplings. You want to get some of those?
I don't like things that are anti-human, and
Okay.
people who are vegans are clearly anti-human. They do not want us to succeed. They want us to be skinny little waifs.
All right, Corey. All right, I'll be pausing this periodically because it's kind of a long farewell speech. It's probably gonna be brutal. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I ain't seen the whole thing. So let's let it start rolling out right now.
My fellow Americans, I'm speaking to you tonight from the Oval Office. Before I begin, let me speak to important news from earlier today. After 8 months of nonstop negotiation, my administration, by my administration, a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached by Israel and Hamas.
Okay, so before I even go any further, the ceasefire, quote unquote, hostage release slash ceasefire. Your thoughts, Corey, because this is your realm.
This entire situation in the Middle East makes me speechless, but it really shouldn't, because we are
Mm-hmm.
dealing with the worst fucking monsters that the world has ever known. And the rest of the world pretends otherwise when they know deep down that they are the worst monsters the world has ever fucking seen. And to the tune of fact that we've been warned for about 100 years, give or take, that these fucking monsters were plotting to do horrible things to our fucking world. And so when I see the prediction that these people were going to do horrible things to our fucking world, and then they do horrible things to our fucking world, it's not really exactly rocket science to say, hey, these pieces of shit are doing horrible things to our fucking world. But yet they have mastered the art of bribery and blackmail, and therefore they have all of our politicians in their pockets, except for Thomas Massey. And since he doesn't play ball, he
Yeah,
gets
except for
removed from
Massey.
committees.
Massey's a different beast. He's a
Massey's
different
from
beast.
Kentucky, and he don't take shit. So then again, Rand Paul's from Kentucky, and he takes all kinds of shit. He's kind of soft. But they own our politicians because they murdered Kennedy and took over our country on that day. And therefore, I don't know. What am I supposed to say? We're never going to know peace on earth as long as one of these people draws breath. Period. There you go.
Okay. There we go. There we go. All right, I'm gonna let him keep going.
The elements of which I laid out in great detail in May of this year. This plan was developed
Oh,
and
pause it for one
negotiated
second.
by my team
I just need to remind the
and will
audience
be
really
largely
quickly. I need to remind the audience really quickly that Joe Biden was one of about a dozen honorary pallbearers for Jack Valenti, the man who shot Kennedy from the grassy knoll. Okay? So that's the kind of person Joe Biden is. That's who he keeps his closest company with. There you go. You can play it.
All right, there we go.
implemented by the incoming administration. That's why I told my team to keep the incoming administration fully informed, because that's how it should be, working together as Americans. This will be my final address to you from the American people from the Oval Office, from this desk as president. And I've been thinking a lot about who we are and maybe more importantly, who we should be. Long ago in New York Harbor, an iron worker installed beam after beam, day after day. He was joined by steel workers, stonemasons, engineers. They built not just a single structure, but a beacon of freedom. The very idea of America was so big, we felt the entire world needed to see. The Statue of Liberty, a gift from France after our Civil War. Like the very idea of America, it was built not by one person, but by many people from every background and from around the world. Like America, the Statue of Liberty is not standing still. Her foot literally steps forward atop a broken chain of human bondage. She's on the march, and she literally moves. She was built to sway back and forth to withstand the fury of stormy weather, to stand the test of time because storms are always coming. She sways a few inches, but she never falls into the current below. An engineering marvel. The Statue of Liberty is also an enduring symbol of the soul of our nation, a soul shaped by forces that bring us together and by forces that pull us apart. And yet, through good times and tough times, we've withstood it all. A nation of pioneers and explorers, of dreamers and doers, of ancestors native to this land, of ancestors who came by force, a nation of immigrants came to build a better life, a nation holding the torch of the most powerful idea ever in the history of the world, that all of us are created equal, that all of us deserve to be treated with dignity, justice, and fairness, that democracy must defend and be defined
All right, pause it real quick.
and be imposed.
This is the same motherfucker who tried to force everybody to get the shot, right?
Yeah,
The
Corey,
same guy talking
overlook
about
that.
freedom and
Corey,
democracy and
overlook that.
justice is the same guy who
Yeah,
tried to force every single person who works for a company in America to get a fucking shot of an untested goddamn bioweapon. That's the guy who's talking about democracy here. Fuck you, Joe Biden. Seriously,
Corey.
fuck right off.
It's you're supposed to forgive and forget, like
No,
redemption.
I don't give. I don't.
Like
Never
it's
forgive and never forget.
yeah, but they said it's some things that they didn't know at that time.
They can fuck right off. They plotted the whole thing for at least 2 to 3 years minimum before they fucking launched the thing. So I don't want to hear shit about that. They had every single aspect worked out before they even launched this fucking thing.
So what did you want us to do when we didn't know? We did what we thought was best. Boy, hey, look, man, that's what I keep hearing from them. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually what people say whenever they don't want to get taken out back and taken to task. You know, that's usually what they say. So, and that's still gonna be the running thing. I still hear that multiple times when people talk about the disease that should not be named. It's like, well, they did the best that they could because they didn't know. Well, how the fuck did we all know? Like us creators who were like, hey, y'all, hey, look over here. It's kind of bullshit. I mean, I mean, We were calling it for a long time, and folks like, oh, y'all don't know. Well, I mean, they don't know either, but they are actively sinking the economy right now as we speak, and we're going to pay for it long term, which we are in the by the way of inflation. So that's how we will pay. So everybody who always talks about, man, shit's so expensive, I'm just like, well, did you approve of the lockdowns and the mask and folks staying home when they were asymptomatic? It's like, yeah. I was like, well, you approve of the inflation then. I mean, that's just all there is to it. You improve the way life is right now. That's just it. So, all right, let's let him keep going. I mean, he's trying to pull at the heartstrings with the Statue of Liberty, swaying but not falling, just like us, weathering storms. I like all these analogies. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to hit him with that, and then he hit us with the oligarch stuff a little bit later.
Moved in every way possible. Our rights, our freedoms, our dreams. But we know the idea of America, our institution, our people, our values that uphold it are constantly being tested. Ongoing debates about power and the exercise of power. But whether we lead by the example of our power or the power of our example, whether we show the courage to stand up to the abuse of power or we yield to it. After 50 years at the center of all of this, I know that believing in the idea of America means respecting the institutions that govern a free society, the presidency, the Congress, the courts, a free and independent press, institutions that are rooted, they just might not reflect the timeless words, but they echo the words of the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident. Rooted in the timeless words of the Constitution, we the people. Our system of separation of powers, checks and balances, it may not be perfect, but it's maintained our democracy for nearly 250 years, longer than any other nation in history that's ever tried such a bold experiment. In the past 4 years, our democracy has held strong. And every day I've kept my commitment to be president for all Americans through one of the toughest periods in our nation's history. I've had a great partner in Vice President Kamala Harris. It's been the honor of my life to see the resilience of essential workers getting us through a once-in-a-century pandemic, the heroism of service members and first responders keeping us safe, the determination of advocates standing up for our rights and our freedoms instead of losing their jobs to an economic crisis that we inherited millions of Americans.
Yeah, but they just lost their job to not getting the shot. I mean, I guess he forgot. I guess he forgot about those military people that they discharged because they wouldn't get the shot. I guess he forgot about that too.
Hitler never
Healthcare
discharged
workers.
anybody because they didn't get a shot.
Yeah. Man, so I'm just throwing that out there for you, okay? I'm just letting you know. So, hey, do with that information what you will, okay? Do with it what you will.
Now have the dignity of work. Millions of entrepreneurs and companies creating new businesses and industries, hiring American workers, using American products. Together, we've launched a new era of American possibilities. One of the greatest modernizations of infrastructure in our entire history, from new roads, bridges, clean water, affordable high-speed internet for every American. We invented the semiconductor, smaller than the tip of my little finger, and now is bringing those chip factories and those jobs back to America where they belong, creating thousands of jobs. Finally, giving.
Is that true, Corey?
I'm sorry, what?
Are we creating a whole bunch of chips here?
They might be
Is
trying,
is
but
is,
here's the
is that
fucking
industry
problem.
coming back?
The
Okay,
janitor
I
who
mean, I didn't
sweeps
know.
the floor at a chip factory needs to make $25 an hour. they make like $3 a week in China. Okay, so you tell me they're going to make chips in America? Fuck right off. They're never going to make anything in America because it will totally bankrupt every fucking person who lives here because we'll never be able to afford anything because a T-shirt will be $40.
They're getting close to that anyway. You've been to Buckle. I mean,
Bro, I get a 6-pack on Amazon for like $20. Gideon, man, the Gideons are good.
oh, okay. Oh, you get that Gideon. You see, it's too much cotton. I can't do cotton. I need a fabric that'll stretch. I need
Bring back
polyester.
ancestral memories or something.
Oh man, that's it, boy. It taking me way back. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, I put that cotton shirt on, and it's just like a single tear fall from my eye. Oh boy, but that was great. I mean, that was perfect timing.
Medicare the power to negotiate lower prescription drug prices for millions of seniors. And finally, doing something to protect our children and our families
He's talking
by
about
passing the
protecting
most
children.
significant gun safety law in 30 years.
He's talking about
What's that?
protecting children. The irony is so
Yeah,
overwhelming.
yeah. He's gonna protect the little kids, man. You don't think that's the case?
And bringing violent crime to a 50-year low, meeting our sacred obligation to over 1 million veterans so far who are exposed to toxic materials, and to their families, providing medical care and education benefits and more
What's he talking about?
for their
Toxic
families.
materials and education benefits
You
in the same
know,
sentence.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not
Is it just
exactly
me or
sure
is he
what he's
getting off
saying.
track?
Yeah, a little bit, but I think this is on the teleprompter. So I mean, he's got to be reading it. I know he didn't remember this, verbatim. So it's got to be on the teleprompter in front of him. Maybe he's reading stuff out of order. That might be the case. Sometimes that can happen. You lose your place and you read stuff out of order. That happens occasionally.
it will take time to feel the full impact of all we've done together. But the seeds are planted, and they'll grow and they'll bloom for decades to come. At home, we've created nearly 17 million new jobs, more than any other single administration, single term. More people have health care than ever before. And overseas, we've strengthened NATO. Ukraine is still free, and we pulled ahead of our competition with China, and so much more.
We have, really?
I'm so proud of.
Yeah. Hey,
Yo,
Corey.
he's this guy's just
That's what
making
it's.
shit up at this point.
Hey, Ukraine's still free
If that's
right
what freedom
now.
looks like, I don't want any part of it.
I mean, pulled ahead of China. Ukraine's still free. 17 million jobs. You know what I'm saying?
We're currently paying for Ukrainian pensions.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
that,
about that.
motherfuckers. Fuck you.
I like
Fuck.
that. Oh, Ranger Vault said all those jobs that were created the day after Christmas when everyone returned to work. That's pretty good. Oh, but hey, Ranger, that's pretty good. I appreciate that one.
How much we've accomplished together for the American people. And I wish the incoming administration success because I want America to succeed. That's why I've held my duty to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition of power, to ensure we lead by the power of our example. I have no doubt that America is in a position to continue to succeed. That's why my farewell address tonight, I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. This is a dangerous concentration, and that's a dangerous concentration of power in the hands of a very few ultra wealthy people. The dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead.
There it is, Corey. The oligarch. They're just talking about Elon Musk, but he is the oligarch.
So to nowhere because we ain't never going to the fucking moon because we to nowhere because we ain't never going to the fucking moon because we just can't. We never have, never will. It's not ever happening. We're never getting out of low Earth orbit. Okay, so he needs to stop bullshitting us there. But I guess there's some need to go to space. I don't know. I think space is a waste of time and money. Fuck space. Get some satellites up there. Give me some cell phones, and we're good.
Well, here's the premise.
Oh, and electric cars are
You don't
stupid. Yeah, fuck him on electric cars because they're dumb as fuck. Like, go goddamn get
what
yourself a nice GMC or a Toyota or something.
well, yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, but the Teslas and stuff is for fucking rich people, man.
It's for
And it's
dumb
just for
people. It's for dumb
and it was
people. You ever been anywhere and your
no
phone died on you? How's that fucking bad? What do you think
yes
about what's gonna happen when your car dies on you because you didn't charge it because you're stupid? Give me a fucking break.
yeah
It's the same thing.
yeah. But it's mainly for rich folks to have something secondary that says, "Oh, look what I got." I mean, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't. It's not really like practical. And you want to know how I know it's not practical? Because they are steady putting up gas stations in we we live in
Big rig trucks are not allowed to go there.
yes, they are not.
Big rig trucks are not allowed to go there.
Yes, they are not. The big rig trucks have to go to Love's is
Loves.
for the
They go to
big rigs.
Loves. And
You can wash your whole dick in Love's. You know what I'm saying? They got a
br-
shower in there.
they got
Wash
everything
your
in there.
clothes, your
Yeah.
dick, and everything. Yeah.
Um, that's basically Loves is supposed to be like where they want that to be where the trucker lives when he's out of his vehicle. You know what I mean? He pulls
Right.
up at Loves
Yeah.
and parks there and does this. And honestly, for being a trucker, that's a great little thing going on there. They got everything you need to get cleaned up
They
and on
got
your way.
TVs, but I mean, you can chill out, bud. I
But yeah,
bet
we
you got a
got
beach
brand new
back
ones
there.
of each of those here.
Hmm.
And um god damn, I hate electric cars so much. Like I can't put into words like how fuck like it's up there with like masks and COVID. Like it's literally it's like if you're it's like I look at people who drive Teslas like people who wear masks. Like, are you really that fucking vain and stupid? Like, fuck you. You deserve to get COVID, you fucking idiot. Like, but
Damn.
these
And look,
electric cars, man, I swear to God, like my heart bleeds for those poor African children who are smuggling that fucking cobalt out of them fucking mines and then getting whipped because it ain't enough, and like that slavery that's happening down there. It's all on you fucking yuppie white people, man. Like, swear to God, you fucking.
he might be that half of one. It's probably how many of them. Hey, Corey, the real question is how many of them are dirty darks? There's probably a lot of light skinned, high yellow ones that own them. I said probably a lot of high yellows. We won't have the dark darks.
I don't know. That's not my area of expertise.
Yes. Oh man, not your area expertise. I like how you backdoored out of that one.
We see the consequences all across America, and we've seen it before, more than a century ago. But the American people stood up to the robber barons back then and busted the trusts. They didn't punish the wealthy, just made the wealthy play by the rules everybody else had to. Workers want rights to earn their fair share. They were dealt into the deal
I don't understand this
and
fair
helped
share
put us
shit.
on a path.
I genuinely don't understand the fair share shit.
Yeah, I don't either.
Fair share of what?
Like
Like if I
you
don't go
don't
out there
own
and
the
do some shit,
company,
I ain't getting
so
a fair share of nothing. So what the fuck are you talking
right,
about?
man. I get,
I would have to
man.
say that everybody in life has exactly their fair share.
There's so many people who don't understand business like at all. I'm just like, dude, the people who own the businesses are taking all the risk. You take none of the risk because you don't own it. You can just go get another job. So technically, Corey, you and Chris are taking the risk because you technically own your business. You know what I'm saying? So y'all are taking the risk. It ain't like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go get another job. I mean, it ain't quite like that. You know what I'm saying? No, when you own and run a business, like all the risk is on your ass.
Mhm.
So yeah, you should probably be getting the majority of the money. Now, am I saying pay people, $3 an hour? No.
Well,
Okay.
see, here's another
Uh,
thing. There's another problem that I have is that unfortunately, and as far as the worker goes, the worker salaries have not kept up. Like they've been getting fucked
right.
straight
Right.
up. Like, and there's no denying that whatsoever. So while I'm all about business making money, and I have no problem with people making $500 billion like Elon Musk, um, it, the notion that once upon a time CEOs made 5 or 6 times the average worker salary, and now it's 300 times the worker salary
Right.
is unfucking believable. That is the epitome of greed. And when you look at some businesses that have failed, that's why. If we had an absolutely true free market with genuine competition, jobs would be, if jobs kept up with inflation, first of all, from the 60s, minimum wage would be about $25 right now. It hasn't a long way to go to catch up. Even $15 does not really cut it these days. So I forget what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, yeah. We were talking about the fair share. You said that with the Robert
Yeah.
marriage,
Yeah. I mean, I
fair
understand
share,
people are pissed off at businesses because
and
they've taken advantage, and they have taken advantage. But if we had a
hmm
genuine free market, that might not be an issue, but I don't think we have a genuine free
right,
market because even though there's arguments against the minimum wage, I understand it, and I understand why we need to have a minimum wage. The arguments against it, I think, are rather shallow. But
hmm
to have people still in America in 2024 and the minimum wage is $7.25, you might as well not have a minimum wage if you're going to be doing that, because if anyone's out there working for $7, like they're being straight taken advantage of in this day and age. Recently a
right.
statistic came out that this generation currently has 86% less buying power than the uh, generation of their parents. So
So
that's
that'd be what Gen. Well, that'd be millennial. Well, Gen
that would
X.
be
I guess
basically their
technically
parents.
Gen X,
Let's just say boomers to
boomers
Gen
and Gen
Z,
X.
Gen X. Yeah, boomers to Gen X.
Yeah.
Um, that's a lot of loss of buying power. The thing that really caught my attention in a lot of my Kennedy research is these motherfuckers would go out and they'd literally have a bullshit job at like a grocery store, and they could have their own apartment for like $50 a month. They'd make
hmm
$200 in a month, and they'd get an apartment for 50. Nowadays, God, I looked at an apartment yesterday online, and the requirements to get in were only that you made double the cost of the apartment. So they were
Yep.
anticipating you being at 50% of your expenses at the when before it used to be like a quarter of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy
Quarter.
fuck,
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. There ain't no doubt about it.
Path to building the largest middle class, the most prosperous century any nation in the world has ever seen. We've got to do that again. The last 4 years, that is exactly what we've done. People should be able to make as much as they can, but play by the same rules, pay their fair share of taxes. So much is at stake. Right now, the existential threat of climate change has never been clearer.
These people
Just
just
look
believe
across the country,
bullshit.
from California.
Climate change, Corey.
It's fake and hoax.
Existential threat.
It's a hoax.
Existential though. You
We
put
are
a
on
big
a
word in
rock
front of it.
spinning through fucking space at 1 trillion miles an hour, and we are lucky we've made it this far. People should stop complaining about the fucking weather.
To North Carolina. That's why I signed the most significant climate and clean energy law ever in the history of the world. And the rest of the world is trying to model it now. It's working, creating jobs and industries of the future. Now, we've proven we don't have to choose between protecting the environment and growing the economy. We're doing both. The powerful forces want to wield their unchecked influence to eliminate the steps we've taken to tackle the climate crisis, to serve their own interest for power and profit. We must not be bullied into sacrificing the future of our children and our grandchildren. We must keep pushing forward and push faster. There's no time to waste. It's also clear that American leadership in technology is an unparalleled source of innovation that can transform lives. We see the same dangers the concentration of technology, power, and wealth. You know, his farewell address, President Eisenhower spoke of the dangers of the military-industrial complex. He warned us then about, and I quote, the potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power, end of quote. 6 decades later, I'm equally concerned about the potential rise of a tech industrial complex that could pose real dangers for our country as well. Americans are being buried under an avalanche of misinformation and disinformation, enabling the abuse of power. The free
I mean, there we go. Military industrial complex, mis and disinformation from our tech oligarchs. That's what they're telling you. That's what he's telling you, Corey.
These people have no credibility at all.
Well, he's trying to have some here with this farewell speech, man. That's what he's trying to bring to you.
If this was the 1500s, we could just storm the castle and hang the king.
That's true.
press is crumbling. Editors are disappearing. Social media is giving up on fact checking. The truth is smothered by lies told for power and for profit. We must hold the social platforms accountable to protect our children, our families, and our very democracy from the abuse of power. Meanwhile,
is he in the fake Oval
artificial
Office?
intelligence?
He's on that
It may
sound
be
stage, isn't he? This ain't the real Oval
It may be the
Office.
real one. Is this the fake one? It could be the fake one. There's potential to be the fake one.
Is the most consequential technology of our time, perhaps of all time. Nothing offers more profound possibilities and risks for our economy and our security, our society, for humanity. Artificial intelligence even has the potential to help us answer my call to end cancer as we know it. But unless safeguards are in place, AI could spawn new threats to our rights, our way of life, to our privacy, how we work, and how we protect our nation. We must make sure AI is safe and trustworthy and good for all humankind. In the age of AI, it's more important than ever that the people must govern. And as the land of liberty, America, not China, must lead the world in the development of AI. You know, in the years ahead,
AI is stupid.
will help to be.
He said AI was going to cure cancer.
Motherfucker, I can cure cancer, okay? AI is stupid.
He said AI still thinks that damn that fish band got.
I know, right?
Motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers.
It never released. That's what AI thinks.
Making shit up
now.
out of thin air.
It
That's
could be
why AI is here. AI is here to rewrite history. I'm telling you, it's here to fuck
To the
shit up on
president.
purpose.
Exactly.
The presidency, the Congress, the courts, the free press, and the American people to confront these powerful forces. We must reform the tax code, not by giving the biggest tax cuts to billionaires, but by making them begin to pay their fair share. We need to get dark money. That's that hidden funding behind too many campaigns contributions. We need to get it out of our politics. We need to enact an 18-year time limit, time and term, for the strongest ethics and the strongest ethics reforms for our Supreme Court.
What?
We need to ban
for
members of
congressmen.
Congress.
Oh yeah, you heard that. 18-year term limit for Supreme
Oh,
Court.
go fuck
justices.
yourself.
That's what he just said.
They want that until the tables turn, and then they're the ones who'll be affected by this policy, and then they'll try to get rid of it. You wait till the Democrats never will have the Supreme Court again. But if they ever did, they would try to throw that shit out in like 2 seconds. The level of hypocrisy amongst all these people is stunning.
From trading stock while they're in the Congress. We need to amend the Constitution to make clear that no president is immune from crimes that he or she commits while in office.
Oh, great. Thank you.
The president's power is not limited.
He needs to go to jail.
It's not absolute.
Hey, he said none of them. including
He's saying
him.
all this shit when he could have done stuff about it for 4 years. He didn't do nothing. Like, fuck these people. I fucking hate this man.
And it shouldn't be. And in a democracy, there's another danger to the concentration of power and wealth. It erodes a sense of unity and common purpose. It causes distrust and division. Participating in our democracy becomes exhausting and even disillusioning. And people don't feel like they have a fair shot. We have to stay engaged in the process. I know it's frustrating. A fair shot is what makes America America. Everyone's entitled to a fair shot, not a guarantee, but just a fair shot.
What does
Even
that
playing
mean?
field. Going as far as your hard.
A fair shot, man.
I don't know what that means.
It means what it means. You should, Corey. I mean, what does fair mean? Equal for all parties involved.
Yo, I know
And
what
shot.
I know what vocabulary is, okay, but like I don't know what the stringing of these words together means.
Everybody deserves a fair shot.
Yeah.
Is that everybody? Does everybody really deserve a fair shot?
No, most certainly not.
No, it's not true. Okay.
Work and talent can take you. We can never lose that essential truth, remain who we are. I've always believed, and I've told other world leaders, America can be defined by one word: possibilities. Only in America do we believe anything is possible. Like a kid with a stutter from modest beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Claymont, Delaware, sitting behind this desk in the Oval Office as President of the United States. That's the magic of America. It's all around us. Upstairs in the residence of the White House, I've walked by a painting of the Statue of Liberty, I don't know how many times. In the painting, there's several workers climbing on the outstretched arm of the statue that holds the torch. It reminds me every day I pass it of the story and soul of our nation and the power of the American people. There's a story of a veteran. This is a veteran, son of an immigrant, whose job was to climb that torch and polish the amber panes so rays of light could reach out as far as possible. He was known as the keeper of the flame. He once said of the Statue of Liberty, quote, speaks a silent universal language, one of hope that anyone who seeks and speaks freedom can understand. Yes, we sway back and forth to withstand the fury of the storm, to stand the test of time. A constant struggle, a short distance between peril and possibility. But what I believe is the America of our dreams is always closer than we think. It's up to us to make our dreams come true. Let me close by stating my gratitude to so many people, to the members of my administration, as well as public service and first responders across the country and around the world. Thank you for stepping up to serve. To our service members and your families, it's been the highest honor of my life to lead you as Commander-in-Chief. And of course, to Kamala and our incredible partner, the historic Vice President. She and Doug have become like family. And to me, family's everything. My deepest appreciation to our amazing First Lady who's with me in the Oval today. For our entire family. You're the love of my life and the lives of my love. My eternal thanks to you, the American people. After 50 years of public service, I give you my word. I still believe in the idea for which this nation stands. A nation where the strengths of our institutions and the character of our people matter and must endure. Now it's your turn to stand guard. May you all be the keeper of the flame. May you keep the faith. I love America. You love it too. God bless you all. May God protect our troops. Thank you for this great honor.
So there it is, Corey. Scale of 1 to 10. I mean, what you gonna give him?
Joe Biden is the worst president in the history of this country. Worse than people like Willard Fillmore and fucking people that most people have never heard of, right? Like worse than Carter. Carter was just ineffective. This guy was a monster. He stole the election too. I forgot if I mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but he stole the fucking election. And he is a most certainly a criminal. He's a war criminal, um, and he should probably die in a prison cell.
Yeah, but he said that he's about people getting their fair shot and being punished for their crimes, even though he let his son off of tax evasion and a couple other things.
Is that
He
a
said he wasn't
definite
going
thing,
to.
or are they still working that out, or how's that going?
Oh no, he's pardoned.
It's over with, it done with, and that's it. He's just done.
Yep, that's it. Yep, that's it. It's over. Done. He communicated the sentencing of some chick that stole $54 million from this damn town. I mean, it's just like, oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's
and those
just
judge who was locking up kids for cash, he pardoned him.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. Hey, bang up job. You know what I'm saying? Bang up job. There's no doubt about it. But Corey, what he's really concerned about is the tech oligarchy that we have coming upon us now in the way of Elon Musk, and obviously, I think he's going saying he's lumping some of Mark Zuckerberg in there as well, seeing how he's turned a new leaf now and he's pro free speech. They're going to be switching up their algorithm as we spoke about in our last episode. So he's part of the tech oligarch as well. Um, eh, what I don't get is when they say oligarchy, people who have money have the influence. I'm sorry, but that's the way it's always been. Like forever, the people who have the resources have the influence. Like if you like watch the book of Eli, okay? The motherfucker's got nothing. But you know who has the influence? The one who has the water. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got water? Oh, you've got bullets? Then you've got the influence, you've got the resources. That would be wealth in the time where there's no money. So it's just like, yeah, there's always an oligarchy. Now and forever. Like you
Yeah.
can't escape it.
Nope.
So there's no way to escape it. There are people who have shit, there are people who won't have shit. And some people will not have shit of their own doing. They'll intentionally not have anything. Mainly because they don't want to work for anything. So
Yep.
they'll depend on the government or whoever to give them the handouts. And there'll be people like that forever. Now, because we don't just let people die anymore, like we did years ago. Because hey, you didn't go to their little village to see if they had anything to eat. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't go check on them to see if they had a famine, see if the damn hurricane came and wiped their crops out. You just know that, hey, man, I went by this place 5 years ago and there was something there, and I went by there the other week and there wasn't shit there on a stick house or nothing. So, so that's Joe Biden's farewell speech. We appreciate him for his past 4 years of whatever he allegedly did. A lot of us survived his dark winter of death. Okay, a lot of us pure bloods. I will not ever forget that directly from the White House. It was saying that it was going to be the dark winter of death for the uncleansed. I mean, that's
This
it's
4 years
probably not the
could
best
not have been
messaging.
over quick enough, man. I'm like, I can't believe it's over. I'm like, I want to say it went quick, but it really did not at all go
Oh
quick.
no, it was a drag. It's definitely a drag. Now, I believe that these next 4 years, I think there's going to be some wild shit happening.
I hope so, man. We need to shake this
I
shit
think it's
up.
going to be absolute. I think his gloves off. It's going to be crazy as fuck. I really do. I think Trump is going to go in there and going to do some straight up gnarly, nasty shit. Now, is it going to be beneficial for us or not? I have no clue. But I think he's going to do some stuff that folks are going to be like, what the hell is he doing? I think he's just going to let it rip. You know what I'm saying? So, um, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Crypto's feeling good right now. Over the past couple days, now it's getting close to his presidency. We have massive jumps. Bitcoin's got back over 100,000. XRP's getting near its all-time high.
So I'm still expecting a
Um,
general pullback, a significant one. Like we haven't had it yet. Okay, we haven't had a
right,
significant pullback. I'm expecting a significant pullback to like the 70s. So,
70s, and that'll be where all the support is. That's where you think the support's going to be this time at the 70s.
well, fuck, I could look at a chart real quick and tell you exactly where the support is.
Oh, okay, okay.
This will only take 2 seconds. 101,000. The last point of support really is at around 53 or 57,000. So yeah, if it falls, it's going to fall down to 53 to 57,000. So
Okay. Okay.
let me extend that just a little. It'll fall back between 67 and 57 and 67 is where I anticipate it. That's the last line of support. Last significant
Okay.
support's at 67,000. See, you run into
Okay.
dangerous territory, but eventually what happens is the escape velocity is quick enough to not return to a previous level of support. You know what I mean? Eventually that always happens.
Right.
And
Right.
so, but I don't think we're there yet. I mean, just go back and look at fucking Bitcoin patterns for the last 10 fucking years. You know, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm expecting a pullback to that range, like almost guaranteed, virtually 100% guaranteed. So
For a pullback to
maybe
that
if we're
range.
fucking lucky, it'll bounce. Well, no, that's not even good. Yeah, 57 is like 67 is like optimistic. There's the high end optimistic. 57 is low end. So, but then again, when I'm looking at these patterns, so it's another pattern I see. With the
Okay.
exception of 2024,
Mm-hmm.
it always falls 70, 80, 90%.
Right.
In
Some
reverse.
people are
It
thinking,
originally went 90, then 80, then 70, and we
mm-hmm.
have not had a significant pullback since we've had a 70% crash. So
Yeah, some people
realistically
are
speaking, I mean, if that pattern itself holds still, we could fall back another 60%, which would bring us down to the 40s. So I
okay.
mean, it's we're not out of the woods. I mean, people who think we're never going to be out of the woods. This thing is going to go to $1 million and then fall back to like 600,000. Like it's just how it goes. And so yeah, without question, I am expecting a fucking return to the 57 to 67 level at some point. Why? Is it
Okay.
because things are bad? No. Is it because it's always happened in the past? 100%. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got big time buyers now.
I just
So,
need Solana to drop back
um,
to like 120 because man, I was so stupid because all the money that we're gathering for our thing that we're doing,
mm-hmm.
if I would have put it all into Solana when I told myself put it into Solana, I would have literally 70% more money in that fund right now. So
Oh, gotcha.
Solana hit
Gotcha.
over $200, which is, do I think Solana is worth 200? Sure. Hazel, stop it. Hazel.
Uh,
Sorry, that's my dog.
let's see.
But yeah, Solana is about 180. It should be about 180. It'll probably fall back to 150, maybe 140. I'm most certainly gonna buy into Solana at
Solana
that
is
point.
$211 and
Oh,
65
it's at
cent right now.
211. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all this is unwarranted excitement, and this should all pull back probably between now and April, which will leave for
Everything's
another. Here, okay, so we talk about the bull run. You want to know when the bull run's going to happen? After this pullback. The bull run will happen after
right.
the pullback. So let's say we have a pullback between March and June. Then I see a good bull run between, say, July and
Right.
November, which would actually
Right.
fulfill previous patterns of those months being the bull run months. So, but yeah,
I'm putting a few eggs in XRP. I'm putting a couple eggs
you
in there.
should have really talked to me before you did that.
I'm just telling you. I'm putting a couple
The
eggs in there.
only things in the fucking world worth putting money in right now are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Everything else is genuinely dog shit.
It's okay.
Like
It's
XRP does
okay.
nothing. It really does nothing. And then that guy quit XRP and he started Stella, which is exactly the copy of XRP. Like it generally doesn't do shit. And now that the banks are figuring out that it doesn't do shit and that all the rage is Bitcoin, they're going to be reallocating. I don't see XRP ever doing anything more than it already has. But that's just me because I'm an OG. So
Here's what I say. It's all good.
hang
Okay.
on a second.
It's all good. Oh, Corey's having a little bit of side issue. But yeah, I just threw a little bit in XRP because I heard some rumblings around it and
Sorry about that.
Corey, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I just heard a few rumblings around it and I'm like it's cheap enough to where you know
I owned XRP when it was 0.006 cents.
if I hit shit man you'd have been way up.
Mm-hmm.
Three, yeah, 0.006. Shit, it's up to $3 and something now. You'd had 1,000 and something percent
Oh
return.
no, XRP is not up to that, is it?
Yes, it's over $3.
You lying to me? You
You
didn't buy
see?
it at $3, did you?
No, no, it's at $3.31.
This thing is ridiculous. Like it doesn't do anything. Okay, it doesn't do anything. Like it genuinely does nothing. It does nothing. Like it does. What the fuck is wrong with people?
People,
Oh well.
hey, well look, I'm just letting you know it's number three. It's the number three crypto. It's Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then XRP. That's what it is.
Yeah, this market cap
So
is irrational. I mean, it's just nothing. There's no reason for it to be here. So all
right,
this is going to
I
pull
don't know,
back big time. We're going to see a $2
Corey.
trillion market cap again.
Corey. Here's what I do know. All right, The Simpsons predicted Bitcoin dropping to zero and XRP going to 10,000. Look, this is The Simpsons, and they ain't missed yet. Them niggas ain't missed. They got somebody in the back, and that's how Homer and them got rich. I'm trying to tell you. I just don't look. I missed the boat before. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know what folks were talking about at all. I thought it was just people that were scamming. And I was like, well, look, let me just throw a few dollars in there. And if it take off and it hits the moon, then all I can do is feel good about it. And if it don't, I didn't lose anything.
But here's
But
the problem I have with top 10 coins are
mhm.
that in order to make any money on those, the entire crypto market cap has to go up. You're betting on an entire when you buy into the top 10, you're buying that the entire market's going to go up, right? As opposed to an individual token that has value that will go up on its own. So that's unfortunately that has panned out over the years, but it's irrational hype. Like none of these motherfucking tokens do anything other than Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. I guess you could say BNB. Any of these tokens that create tokens on their back, you could
Well,
say
they
do
well they
something. But really, the big three. Where's BNB? $700. Like this is irrational. BNB has not had a good successful project on it. I can't even think of one off the top of my head. Solana
well
is
they
all
well
meme
well
coins,
people
you know?
well people don't see okay, so some people that I've seen talk about it, they don't see Bitcoin as something that will be used as far as a currency banking
None of
system.
these
They see it
ever
more
will. None of
as
these ever will. It's digital gold.
a yeah, that's what I was saying. So a store of value.
Right.
But there has been some people saying that they could see either a XRP or XLM being used by the banking
They're
institutions
not going
because of
to.
the
The banking industry will
speed of the
create their own shit and it'll
transactions.
be behind the scenes. It will not be a tradable token that somebody can buy into. They might use, like Ripple's already doing that with infrastructure. I mean, Ripple.
Mhm.
XRP used to be Ripple. XRP is doing that with infrastructure, but it's not based on the XRP token. They're building infrastructure for other people. You see what I'm saying? Like nobody's using XRP to do shit with. Just it's ridiculous. It's all hype, and none of these things do anything. Remember, the only reason Bitcoin exists is to prevent financial censorship. That's it. Okay? Fucking nothing else. There is not a secondary reason. Everything else is a byproduct. The only reason that Bitcoin exists is so that no government can tell me I can't transact. That's the whole gig. Okay? There's no point to any of the other shit. unless you have a particular reason to do it, like we're going to be doing with our project, which has a purpose, right? But that
Mm-hmm.
purpose, even in and of itself, of what we're doing, is something new and different no one's ever done before, and it changes the way that people should look at this thing, right? So therefore, what I'm saying is, up until now, there's no point to any of this stuff except for Bitcoin. Ethereum almost had a chance with doing some things with, well, the purpose behind the tokens, right? So Ethereum came out and you had some tokens pop up on its back, which is the whole purpose of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to build your own infrastructure. Now, there were projects that would come out where if you wanted to buy into the project, you had to buy the token in order to get into the project, right? That turned out to be a failure. That limited your audience because people were like, I'm not going to do that, right? Plain and simple. I'm just not going to buy a currency so I can buy your stupid product, right? So that whole idea of what a token could be used for as a utility token went right out the fucking window. Then you have DeFi that came out, and let me explain DeFi in a nutshell. The DeFi, fucking people are so stupid. How DeFi works, the entire function of DeFi is 1,000,000% stolen from BitConnect. BitConnect, who everybody makes fun of today, was one of the single greatest money-making things I've ever seen, ever. You basically took your Bitcoin, you bought their BCC coin, and then you gave the BCC coin back to them, you lent it to them, and then they credited you with X amount of dollars because you lent them money. It was a lending program. So you basically lent money to BitConnect. They would give you a yield in their token, right? And then at the end of the period, you'd get all your money back in their token, which, 10, 11 weeks later had gone up in value 2 or 3 times, right? But you get your original value back in the token, right? So that's how it was the brilliance of BitConnect. It was a brilliant, genius system created by 4 Indians in a basement, okay? And these 4 Indians in a basement all of a sudden found themselves with almost $6 billion worth of tokens on their fucking hands. And the government went after them fierce. It was never a scam or any of that shit. But that is the premise of DeFi. So DeFi, again, is they take your money and they pay you back in their shitcoin, whatever that shitcoin might be. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that, even in and of itself, is a ripoff of a system that these people who engage in DeFi will tell you is a scam. You know what I mean? Like the level of hypocrisy of people who engage in crypto is so disgustingly overwhelming because they're so stupid. And at the end of the day, everybody just wants to get rich and nobody gives a fuck about anything else. And that's unfortunate because the technology itself is the most fucking, it's as important as the printing press. And most people will never comprehend why. So that's my crypto speech for the fucking night.
There it is, crypto speech. Hey, Corey's a crypto guy. Like I said, I'm just dabbling. And look, it doesn't really matter to me either way. But if let's just say for some odd reason that the train decide to leave the station, a nigga like me wants to be on it. Okay, that's all I'm
Let me
saying.
make this really clear. Bitcoin at $100,000 is cheap. Bitcoin is going to 10, 20, 30, 50, $100 million per token. The reason why you would buy anything other than Bitcoin is crazy to me.
Did I say that I didn't buy any Bitcoin?
No, but what I'm saying is that's all you should buy.
It's not all I should buy. Okay.
I'm saying that is a
Maybe not.
100% guarantee. Guaranteed multi-million dollar fucking per Bitcoin. Everything else is a gamble.
I'm doing a dabble. I'm not doing a gamble because I don't gamble. Okay, I do a dabble. That's money that I don't care about. I dabble.
Ladies and gentlemen of the audience, any of you who have money that you don't care about, I'll give you my Cash App and you can just send it over my way. Thank you very much.
That's what investing is. Investing is money you don't care about that you looking at for later. It's money you don't need right now. I don't have to have it right now. That's the dabble.
Mm-hmm.
That's all
Speaking
I'm
of
saying,
dabble, I
Corey.
need to go do a dabble.
There we go. We appreciate everybody for being with us. Ran a little long because we had our crypto speech right here at the end, but that's okay.
Get me roped in
Let
with
us
something
know
I care about. I know it's how I see how you do. Get me to talk for another half hour.
It was accidental, okay? I just wanted to make the comment, you know what I'm saying? But we appreciate everybody for being with us tonight. Go check out CoreyHughes.org, bloodyhistory.substack. Go subscribe. Get his book, A Warning from History, okay? Make sure y'all are supporting Forbidden Knowledge News as well. Yeah, that documentary's on Tubi, if I'm correct, right?
It's on Tubi. Go watch it on Tubi because they pay us a lot of money. It's crazy
Okay.
how much money they pay us. Go watch it.
Yeah. So
They put
yeah,
it on
so
repeat
support the
over and
guys
over
there.
again.
There you go. There you go. Support the guys there. We appreciate everybody. Check out all my stuff on xq420.com, and we will catch y'all next week on Beyond the Cube. Peace out.